Did you listen to Jeff and Professor Hamo in the morning? Here's what you missed.
Tunawajua wanasemaga they are youthful.
Baba ni youth.
Of course.
Okay.
So you're talking to everyone.
We're talking to everyone, but in particular the youth. And I know that they always think that they're being left out of the whole equation, right?
Yes, sir.
Hawajui nini, what's happening, how do they get funding, how do they start projects?
Unasikianga tu kuna pesa na hujui
imagine
ni ya nani.
There is something known as the National Youth Council. Youth Council.
Yes.
And these are the folks that this is like the gateway to everything youth. And the CEO who just started work last month.
Yes.
Last month.
January.
It's a juicy. It's Roy Sasaka Telewa. He joins us live in the studio today. He's quite youthful at 30 years old. Roy, welcome to Hot 96.
Asante sana, Jeff.
Karibu, bro.
Thank you, bro.
Hey.
Thank you, bro.
Mbona kwa picha unakaa serious hivi?
Unajua sasa, Jeff, Hamo, unataka na unakuwa serious kidogo sometimes. Lakini sometimes una relax.
Oh, well done.
Yeah.
So you were recruited as the new CEO.
Yes, I'm taking after a gentleman called Ray, who was the first substantive CEO. Now I'm coming in the second substantive CEO to run the council, Jeff.
And how long did Ray serve?
Roy.
Yeah, Roy.
Did you try?
Right on.
Don't twist the Hamo.
To Las Vegas.
Roy.
Yeah, red lorry, yellow lorry.
Exactly. That's what I can do.
How long did the other one serve?
Ray served for 1 year.
Oh, and how long is your term?
Now, that is when you turn 35, then you say, you pass over the mantle to somebody else.
I see.
So he turned 35, and then he was appointed for something.
Yani hakuna kucheza. Ukifika
35, you know exactly.
But listen, right now, I'm 35 the other way around. Ni sawa au?
Ulitoka kitambo. Ulitoka mau.
No, nina 3 na nina 5 kwa nini?
Ndio hiyo. Ulitokea kitambo 74.
What you can do ni offer to advice. Advisory.
Ukwe periphery unaangalia pesa isiende.
A lot of people are asking, what is the National Youth Council?
Now, Hamo, National Youth Council is a state agency developed by the Act of Parliament 2009. The sole mandate is to lobby for youth inclusion and to advocate for youth agenda. Now, that is both in government and in the private sector. So we want to see how is the youth getting involved? What are the platforms, opportunities there for the youth? And how else can we make sure that the youth gets empowered? Now, that is National Youth Council. Yeah, when we see boards, appointments and all that, our agenda is how many youth are being appointed in those boards.
Okay, let me ask you this.
How do we lobby?
Okay, let me ask you this. That's a very good starting point. Are boards appointing more youth now? Do you see that? Is it evident? Ama mumachiliwa.
Tuliona ingine hapo ya 90. Ilikuwa 91 years.
Nani aliyepojua? Ni Moody. Moody.
It was quite a moody affair. It was a moody affair.
That was not youth.
Were you there?
I was there, Hamo. I was there. Now,
only 3 youths.
Yes, 3 youths. Aliona badala ya kuleta watatu, walete mmoja asimamie wote.
No, what you advocate for is a mixture of skills and age.
Sure.
You see, youth will bring strength.
Yes.
And then the older generation brings wisdom, Hamo. So when you bring both on the table, then we get value. We get ideas. Yes.
I see it here. Yeah.
So, but are you seeing, answer the question, are you seeing more or are you being ignored?
Actually, as we speak right now, the percentage is very low.
What is low? Less than 20? Less than 10?
From 267, maybe, let me specify the government, we only have 43 youths sitting on those boards.
So about 1/6.
So around 2%, and we need to increase that number because a board should have at least 7 to 9 members.
Correct.
So when you look at 43 in the whole 267 parastatals, you realize we really need to do a lot. The percentages are very low.
No, Roni sawa.
Road is our
Red lorry, yellow lorry.
tunashikanisha.
So Roy, what is your other top on your agenda right now? What's the one thing you want done to the youth right now, for the youth rather?
Now, what we are doing and what is top on my agenda is reviewing our policy, national youth policy. Because we realize that since it was developed, there are so many emerging issues that have come up. There's the issues of radicalization, there's the issues of internet and all that, there's the issue of tapping and leveraging into technologies. So we are reviewing our national youth policy to make sure with all these issues covered, so that when we come up with now an umbrella act, it has all the issues of youth covered. Yes. And then from there, Jeff, we'll talk about now, we'll focus on reviewing the act.
Okay. Talking about technology. Unajua juzi tumeona picha za wenzetu, vijana wengi wamechangwa. Yes, who are top hackers.
Na ni nyinyi tu.
Vijana.
Ni nyinyi.
Wamechangamka.
Billions and billions siphoned from banks.
Do you think we are replicating what we see kwa wazee? Kwa sababu wazee wametuonesha na NYS. Na sisi tunajionyesha na technology. Is that something that we are talking about?
Now, Hamo, on that is there are many challenges that comes with technology, and when you look at the youth, youth are very innovative, very techno savvy. So if we don't, we are not so progressive or proactive in creating employment and all that, then it brings these challenges. But that's why now we are there to be proactive in reviewing and coming up with opportunities to make sure youths are involved.
Oh yes.
Yes.
Ulisikia radicalization. Imefika mpaka ndani katikati ya nchi.
Kabisa.
Kabisa. Tulikuwa tunajua ni watu huko kwa border ndio.
Imagine now unaweza sikia bwana Hamo, your friend unamjua, unasikia yeye ndio kwa.
Sio ni mato anauza CD.
Exactly.
Imagine. All right, let me ask you this.
Yes.
The president one time was heard to say that, you know, you youth, you're given opportunities and you waste them.
Munakula sana.
You know, you just waste your opportunities. How are you going to change that mentality?
I think I will start even by challenging you, Jeff. Because when you look at youth, there is the issues of mentorship, Jeff. We are saying, how many youth are you mentoring, Hamo? Because as we come into youth, we also faced with a transition period where we also need mentorship, where we need people to guide us through.
Are you people listening, or you think you know everything?
Jeff, how many people are you mentoring? That's why in the new policy we are saying we are bringing in issues of mentorship, so that youths are mentored to take opportunities and also to change the way youths are seen.
The perception.
The perception, that is, hey, Hamo, Professor,
today,
that is the one.
You know, you should take more days off.
Kesho.
That's 3 English words.
Wewe. Hivi kinataka tukibishane.
Perception. That's the word for the day. Yeah. So, membership. Do people join the National Youth Council? I mean, how do people get involved?
People don't join the National Youth Council. With the council is first of all, the council leadership is through we've had it through elections. Now that is how we come up with youths from different sections of the country coming to the top arm to make decisions. Now, when it comes to the secretariat, that is now through employment, through recruitment. The council is just a secretariat to facilitate the council's activity.
Ni kama IBC.
Yes, kabisa.
IBC ya youth.
No. But now when you say the representation, any person who is between 18, who has attained 18 and below 35 is a member of National Youth Council automatically.
Okay, so how do they become members? That's what they're asking. How do they join?
You don't join.
Is there an
You are represented. We know we are the youth voice.
But they want to be heard. If some guy is listening to you and says, "I want to be heard," how am I going to be part of this youth council?
What we do is
there a website? Is there a?
Hey, thank you. We have a website. We have a Twitter handle.
We are on
Facebook.
What are the handles?
We have at NYC is Youth Voice. At Roy Sasaka, of course, that is my Twitter handle. I have to market myself as well.
Roy Sasaka.
And then we also do programs to engage youth from various various counties, sub-counties level.
What kind of programs?
Now, these are just programs to sensitize the youth on what is happening. What are the available opportunities in affirmative funds, youth fund, National Employment Authority, and all issues available to the youth. Yes.
Okay, I'm glad you mentioned the youth fund because whether there's still any money left in that youth fund, we're not sure.
Tulionea kwa view sasa. Tunasikiaga tu kuna pesa.
Yes.
Lakini we don't know. Vile unaweza access.
Exactly. And there is a youth listening to you right now
Yes.
who would like access to the youth fund.
Yes.
Thank you so
How do
much.
they do that?
Now,
Don't keep thanking us. Tell us how.
now that is where I come in.
Huyu ni politician.
Not the politician.
Asante sana.
Kwani tumepatia chai au nini?
Asante sana.
Huyo ukishampatia chai anasahau kila kitu. Now, of course, we have the Youth Enterprise Development Fund, headquartered at Upper Hill. They have very many facilities for youth. Kuna even at a talent loan for youths in the creative industry.
Hello?
Yeah. For Hamo, you need, when you're empowering those youths, you tell them there is a talent loan. When you're in the creative industry, why can't you go and get such a loan, a facility?
And what is that? How does one qualify for Talanta loan?
Now, as long as you are youth and you're involved in the creative industry. Now, that is
So if you're a funny guy.
Mara moja.
No, you're a funny guy, but you need now platforms to maybe to increase your avenue. You need to expand yourself.
Right.
Yes, visit our offices at National as Youth Enterprise Development Fund. Apply for those loans.
Hamo,
Yeah?
you've got about 6 more months to apply for this loan. And you're no longer youth.
Unaambia kia nini?
So there's a Talanta fund.
This is a Talanta loan for youths in creative industry.
Nobody knows.
Nobody knows.
And the money is sitting
Inaenda
there.
wapi?
Yes.
Juu kila mwaka hiyo pesa siko.
There are those who know who have applied, who are, and that's why we are there as National Youth Council to sensitize as many as possible.
Okay, you talk about Talanta. Give us another one. This is very informative.
Yeah.
Give us another one.
Okay, another facilities in terms of youth who are doing LPO financing, who are in business. You have an LPO, you need funding. Walk to the fund. The fund will be able to assist you secure the funds to service your LPO. So those youths who are doing youth groups and all that, you can come together and apply for the fund to boost your activities.
Must it be a group or matter mtu individual?
Initially it used to be a group. Now we tumetoa hizo ceilings. Now even as a more as alone,
just a person
can walk there. Yes.
No party.
Because people are frustrated huko kwa county.
Exactly.
Umepeleka vitu alafu unazungusha watu.
Yes.
Sasa kila kitu yako inaenda.
Na kila mtu lazima kule.
You had someone ni nyumba ya mama yake lienda. It was collateral from bank.
Correct. Gone.
Commit suicide as a young woman.
And another thing maybe we need to discuss also, Jeff, is the issue of AGPO.
Of what?
AGPO. Do you know what AGPO is, Jeff?
Nini?
Useme kitu, usiturushie hapa kitu. Hata sisi tutakurushia kitu. Do you know ping
Ni avocado au nini?
Do you know ping pong?
No, hiyo sijui.
No,
AGPO.
Yes, access to procurement opportunities for youth and women and people living with disabilities. Now, that is a situation where the president is very passionate about. How do we reserve some procurement opportunities to go specifically for these marginalized groups? And how, as youths, can we tap into these opportunities?
And how
now, that is now EGPO. 30% of all procurements have been reserved now for the youth.
30%.
Yes, 30%.
Everywhere.
30%.
From counties,
national, all.
But that's ridiculous. That doesn't happen.
Now
that's not going to happen.
Now that is a discussion. We have 30% reserved. Then are we really taking opportunity of the 30? Now that is where National Youth Council is. We are even proposing, can we have a social audit and find out which institutions are not meeting this? Because it's president is very passionate about. And this is the only way we can empower you in terms of economic.
Because the people who have these opportunities ni hao wanono. Wazee ambao wanaamua 30 ni gani?
30 ni gani?
Tuwapatie 30 gani? Tuwapatie kwa hii 25.
Hawatajua.
Wewe utaenda kuuliza 30.
Muna procure viatu tu na
juu tukipatia vijana wawili alafu tuongee sana kuwahusu. Unafikiria vijana tumepatia?
Yeah.
So that audit.
Are you guys ready for this?
We are ready. We are ready.
You're not.
We are ready, Jeff. We are ready.
Kama NYS iliibiwa overnight.
Tukionaga bana.
Tukionaga.
Unajua yenye tunadili nao ni ya 2016.
Bas.
But
hata youth fund yao.
Yes.
Si kuna wengine walipotea nazo.
Karibuliwa.
Okay, as we look in the past, we also look at what we've done in the present to avoid such.
What have you done?
NYS, we've changed the act to make it a parastatal, so that it's fully parastatal with a board, with a substantive director general, so the board can question and can give direction.
Like Paredram board. Ile ilikufa. Ngoja ile ubaya board ni ile.
No. Exactly.
See, that's the problem.
Yeah.
Bado board wanataka kuja tu tena watufanyie kitu.
But you see now, such as when you change the institution from the way it was, the restructuring of such, it gives accountability.
Okay.
Yes.
So Roy, you're coming in with all these great ideas.
Yes.
And you probably have 5 years or so at the youth council, right?
Yes.
How are you going to keep up this momentum? Because, people get very disenfranchised very quickly.
Yes.
You get very frustrated because you're not getting the things that you are proposing. How are you going to maintain your momentum?
What we are doing is being proactive, Jeff, and that is the passion I'm.
Do you have a good team?
I have a very passionate team. I have a very passionate team of young people who are very proactive, and we even laid out strategies on what are our quick wins. What are our quick wins? One of the quick wins is the review of our policy. And once we have that, then the next one will be how do we come up with an act that will coordinate all the youth sector. Now you see, and we've already started, as we speak right now, we are starting the validation of the policy, Jeff. So you see we are on the ground and we've started moving.
Yeah.
Yes.
Are you male, female youths? Is it equally distributed?
Yes,
men, women.
Yes, it's equally distributed. We are very gender sensitive. Yes.
1/3, 2/3, ama mko sawa?
Tuko sawa. Tuko sawa.
What's your most challenging thing right now as CEO of the Youth Council?
The most challenging thing right now, Hamo, I would say, is a lot of the expectations with the youth. There is a lot of expectations. And most of this is they want immediate solutions. And some of these results, takes time. When you talk of even the policy, it will take time.
Yeah, you'll be 35 years old really soon. It takes time.
Yes.
They need results now. You know how you people are.
Yes.
You are impatient as youth.
Yes.
You are impatient. You want results yesterday.
Yes.
In fact, Kimutai Korira anasema,
Yes.
I'm hearing for the first time about this National Youth Council. Where have you been? I'm sure there are many others who are unaware of this.
Listen.
Give us your handles again, your social media handles.
My social media handles is NYC at Voice of.
At NYC _ youth voice.
Sasa huyu ni CEO na ajui hata handle yake. Hebu andika vizuri alafu tuambie. Andika vizuri. Don't be guessing. These youth are serious people on Twitter. Watawachapa. Moses King Ngatich and Jeff Salimia Roy. He is so intelligent and eloquent. I don't think so.
Jeff.
Umewaangusha bana. Hata Twitter handle hujui. Ati NYC. NYC is New York City.
No, not New York City. At NYC _ youth voice.
At NYC
_ youth voice.
Yours is out there now.
Have I become intelligent now? No.
Don't worry.
But my professor knows I'm intelligent.
Perception.
Yes,
Perception.
Yes.
Excellent. You're going to get a lot of questions, and we want you to ask the CEO of the National Youth Council, Roy Sasaka. He's in the house. He's newly appointed. He's coming in with a lot of energy.
Yes.
What questions do you have?
Naona Sylvia Chebleting anauliza, kindly ask this gentleman about the youth fund. Youth apply but don't get the loans, especially in North region. Mmesikia hiyo kitu? Watu wanaitisha sio mara moja. Laini sasa hiyo watu wanapanga.
Wanataka loan ya marathon au ya nini?
Na glucose
Ya Nike.
Wapewi. Hata unaona kabisa hii ni ya kukimbia. Lakini haizi pewa.
Go on, Roy.
Yes. What I want to say is that there is a checklist. We require the youth also to know what are the requirements you need, and can you attach all the requirements. We need you, if it's a business, we need you the registration of the business. We need you to comply to a few things like, are you a youth registered with ACPO? Do you have that certificate? So once you have all that, ACPO,
you have to register.
You have to register at National Treasury.
Yeah.
That is what.
Kuna website huko? Kuna website for that? Or?
They are automating, but now it's still manual, physical.
You have to come from
north.
It is decentralized. You see so now everywhere. Okay. At the county levels, we have the county national treasury, where you just go with those documents and then they register you. Now, once you package all that, and also what we are telling youth is also be proactive. If there is an opportunity, give all that is required. Then now you ask for it to be processed.
Philip Kipro teacher's asking, how can you help me with my passion of web designing? Since second year, I have designed websites, but I cannot get a platform to post.
To post the website. Now, as in
the web designs.
Yes, as a person now, as a youth, he needs to tell us. He needs to identify what is the need. Now, Jeff, what does he need for him to go a step higher? Does he need avenues to market his website? Now you see, once you know the need that you want, that is when a youth enterprise fund comes in, because now you're going with the need, and then the fund now services that need.
So, mtu ambaye unajua vizuri uliongea kuhusu mentorship.
Yes, mentorship.
Sasa mtu kama huyu akona idea mzuri, but ajui the next step ni gani? Wapi anaendea? Now, who does he talk to?
Now, we have countrywide, we have youth officers. Youth officers countrywide at the counties and even sub-counties. Just let him have a discussion with one of our youth officers. Then the youth officers will guide him through, and he will give value to his question.
Yes. There's about 1 million youth graduating every year, something like that, right? Plus minus 1 million coming out into the workforce. And a lot of them get very angry and very bitter very quickly. I have a degree. I studied this. I can't get a job.
Yes.
How can you help them?
Now, when you look at the government, there is what you call National Employment Authority. National Employment Authority is one of, actually it is an act that was passed by a youth. Let me give credit to Sakaja. He passed that act so that the authority, the National Employment Authority, can create avenues for youth internships, youth employment, and even now as we speak, just last week, they were launching a website to allow youth labor export to the outside market.
Labor
export, professor, labor export, where we want the authorities targeting avenues of exporting labor to other countries. So you see, as youth, we need to take advantage of this.
Like the Middle East.
But now with a structured way.
Yeah, because
so that our youth cannot be taken advantage whilst there.
There's a lot of advantage being taken, by the way. You go there, you become a sex slave, or you become indentured labor.
Now what National Employment Authority has done on how and accountabilities, so that when our youth will export our labor is safe.
Roy, what is your background?
My background is I've done procurement. I'm currently doing certified human resource professional. I'm a graduate of University of Nairobi with a master's in operations management.
Operations management.
So
wewe ni mtu wa tender?
Mimi ni mtu wa operations management.
Tunataka kusaidika hapa. Haleluya. Nani katiba alifanya kitu kizuri. Procurement. Hapo ndio umeniachia.
Sasa Ollie Moo is tweeting all the way from Calgary, Canada.
Yes.
And she says, "Where is your offices if someone wants to come for advice?"
Thank you.
And this is someone from Canada asking you this.
Yes, our offices are based in Bruce House, 8th floor. That is where our headquarters is. But when you want youth service, that is not the only one-stop shop. We also have a youth office at the State Department of Youth, which is at Kencom House. So we are saying at all these avenues you can get whatever you want.
Yeah.
Yes.
She's also asking, what are the qualifications for someone to apply for the loans you talked about? What are the qualifications?
Okay, now there are so many loans. Like there is the individual loans, there is the business loans, and each have unique requirements. Like for business, you need to have at least a registered business. You need to at least to have what you call the AGPO certificate for whichever group you fall in, if it's youth, women, or people living with disabilities. And you also need to have some what you call statutory requirements, like a business license. And you need to be a Kenyan paying tax as well.
PIN number.
Yes, PIN number. Yeah.
Okay, Don Ali is saying, look, what is the age bracket for one to be termed as youth? Because he says he's 22, people see him as a child.
Wow. Wow, 22 a child. That's when you say,
ame hiyo kijiji.
wow, maybe 22.
Akuja kutana na watu wa madharau. Kuna mtu hapa anaitwa Jalango, George. Anasema stop acting as though you live in the diaspora.
Yes.
When reacting to our questions.
Yes.
All these channels do not favor us.
Yes.
Tell us the truth. Wewe ushaenda mahali kuitisha kitu. Hujawaambia wewe ni CEO. Umepitia tu uone how youths are being treated.
Actually, when you look at my life, Hamo,
Yes.
it has not been an easy. I've had to work hard and build myself from somebody who was selling loans in campus. So I totally understand. I totally understand. And what we say is, as youth, why can't we be proactive in getting information? And that's the information I'm providing. I'm privy to the challenges we are facing. The challenges are there, but are we being proactive in solving them?
Well, Brenda Wanjiro is saying, Roy, you should get all the information. You're not selling or pitching this very well. How can we get to this grassroots, especially about employment? She's not happy with you, man. She's hearing about you for the first time today.
Oh, what I can tell her is we have, let me mention a program we're running right now with the funding of World Bank. We are running a program called Kenya Youth Employment and Opportunities Program. Such a program is just to empower and to give youths hands-on skills so that they're more marketable. So I will challenge her, has she enrolled for such a program? And then answering the other question you asked me, Jeff, about the age bracket. The age bracket for a youth is as long as you've attained 18 and you've not attained the age of 35. Now that is the youth bracket.
18 to 35.
18 to 35.
That's, you know, that's 3/4 of this country's population.
Exactly.
75+%.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Gongu Kiarie is asking, do you train the youth on fund business management, or all you do is finance and let them go dying? Yeah, that's a good question. Do you train them? Do you give them the skills?
Yes. Actually, what we are doing is, first of all, and that's why I mentioned mentoring. We have realized that, Jeff, you see now that the fund is a revolving fund. If I give you money and you're not able to repay, then you've denied an opportunity to another youth. So how do we make sure that we work with you and give you an avenue to make sure we increase the recoveries? So that is something we're very keen on as a fund, because we realize many youths, once you give, a good percentage, they get this funding, but they're not able to sustain and pay back. So it becomes a disadvantage to another youth who will still have benefit from such a program. So that is something we are very keen, because now as a youth, as the CEO Youth Council, I sit in the board of Youth Enterprise Development Fund, and those are some of the programs we're trying to run on. Yes.
Did you read Mitch Kitoi's tweet?
Which Kitoya copy?
Anasema every year.
Yeah, 300,000 youth.
Graduating from a university.
Yes.
What are the structures ya kuabsorb? Because
That's a lot of youth.
miaka yako ulikuwa ukifanya class 8 uko kazi, si ndio?
No, sister.
Una class 8. Bora unaongea kizungu kidogo. Miaka yako. Saa hizi kuna watu wanamaliza degree 3, saa hizi anacheza Candy Crush.
PhD.
Ako Candy Crush saa hizi. Hana mali ya kuweka.
Candy Crush.
What happened?
So besides that, Hamo, besides creating those avenues, we are also saying, how do we tap into the other sectors? How do we make youths come up with their own businesses and employ other youth.
Yes.
Why are we? How are we doing this so that these youths become employers? Pia kwa soko wana employ ma youth wengine. And that is actually the focus.
All right.
That apart from the employment,
Yes.
we also can empower this informal sector and empower these youths to create opportunities.
Kabisa.
Exactly.
Kuliko kukanyagia watu
Kuliko
wakiwa
kuangalia-
talanta yao,
exactly, yes.
wanafinyiliwa instead ya kuwa uplift.
Yes, and then the narrative of just I need to graduate and get employed.
Okay, do you have more questions for Roy? Do you have more questions for the CEO of the National Youth Council, Roy Sasaka? If you do, call us 0722 20 88 20 or 0734
20, 88, 20.
We're talking about youth. We're talking about 3/4 of this country's population.
Yes.
We're talking about people who need to have a voice. Is Roy listening to you? We'll be right back. View. Originally Ed Sheeran's, taken over by Ndlovu Youth Choir.
Ndlovu.
Beautiful. It's all about the youth. This morning, we're speaking to Roy Sasaka. He is the CEO of the National Youth Council.
Kabisa.
Not to be mistaken with the Kenya Youth Fund, whatever. This is the National Youth Council. And he's the incoming CEO. He's been on the job about 4-6 weeks.
Yes.
He's new on the job, but not new to procurement. He's trying to outline to the youth, and there's people with lots of questions out there.
Kabisa.
Call us 0722
20, 88, 20.
0734
20, 88, 20 ndio huyo.
Glenda Kazi. Hot 96, you are on the air. Good morning. Alrighty.
Umeamwaje huyo? Naona hapa kuna mtu hapa anaitwa Moses Kingetich. Anauliza do you mentor the youth? Na wenye wako na talent.
Do you mentor?
What we are doing is initially they are what we call talent center, empowerment center across the country. So as
talent?
talent empowerment centers. So what you're trying to do is to revive them
Okay,
and
they were
give them.
there.
Yes, they were there. So they.
Oh yeah, let's go to the phones, okay? Roy, Hot 96, you're on the air. Good morning. Yeah, good. Who's this? Jane. From where? Good, okay. Do you have a question for Roy? Go ahead. Yeah. Yeah, go ahead, Jane. Go ahead. Jane.
Hajakitela.
Yeah, hajakalia hiyo kiti vizuri.
Hajakindela.
Ama je? Anakaa kako, a little timid, sio? Baz, watch ajibu. Roy, yeah, how'd you get on the board? How'd you get appointed to CEO?
Get appointed to CEO or to the board. No, those are two different things.
Okay. To sit in the board.
To sit in the board, yes. No, what we've done is we are, and that one brings me to my other discussion on regulation and coordination. What we do is we coordinate youth sector organizations. So we are able to identify youths who are creating an impact in the society and who are involved in the youth agendas. Identify them, and then we take them through an interview, and that's a tool we also trying to perfect on, and then we nominate them. So it's a tool that actually, when you look at our mandate, is a tool that we're trying to emphasize on. How do we create a uniform tool to have all the youths on board?
Okay.
Yeah.
So
we want youths who
board.
are involved in youth initiatives.
Okay.
We identify them. And we want also to make sure, and that is where I'm talking of regulation and coordination of youth sector, because now this is when we'll have all the youth sector organization, then we can identify those key leaders.
What's to stop you from appointing your fellow friends and cousins and girlfriends and
Dundaing partners.
Yes.
partners.
Yes.
Now,
What's to stop you?
What we do is we have a committee. We form a committee, and that is right now we're using our council board to sit down, and it's not a one-man show.
Are you sure?
It's a team. It's a team.
Are you sure? Because these youth are restless, eh?
Yes.
Don't appoint your girlfriends as your board members, eh?
Yeah, no,
Monsieur.
not at all. And then the council members are appointed by the youth themselves, all through from the grassroots to the top level. So at any given time, there is no we avoid issues of
All right.
conflict.
Let's go to the phones. Hot 96, you're on the air. Good morning.
Yes.
Yeah, who's this? 032 is Narok or Nakuru? Nakuru County, Las Vegas. Okay, do you have a question for Roy?
I just want to shed some light on this out of issue.
On this what?
Yeah, mwambie Roy. Unaona situation yenye ile hii youth people kama trying to run against cartel mwenye amechukua shamba.
Okay.
So, tumwambie hivyo
Anasema
The regulations are very complex.
to access the funds, the regulations are too complex. Ni kama cartel ya shamba.
Cartel. Alafu only moved back from Canada.
Yes.
She's saying, you know what? Jane was a little right there. Roy seems a little nervous the way he's talking. Kindly give him a glass of water.
Oh, Jeff, how do you want?
Hot 96, you were on the air. Good morning. Okay, 0722
2088 20
0734.
2088 20.
We're talking to Roy Sasaka. He's the CEO of the National Youth Council. What are your questions? Hot 96, you're on the air. Good morning. Yeah, who's this? You're who?
Mil.
Ati Bays.
Unaitwa Mil. Anaitwa Mil. Kama jina yako kusema ni gumu, idea ndio utatoa. Mil.
Kimutai Korea says, let's give the CEO time. Maybe he can deliver, but we are watching. Youth took a chonjo this time around. Hot 96, you are on the air. Good morning.
Good morning, Chef.
Yeah, who's this?
This is calling from Kashmir, yeah?
Aya, Collins, punguza kwanza bana. I can hear myself in your radio, okay?
Well.
Aya, uliza Roy swali.
Now, my question to
No bundles.
Wacha tu. Kuna mwingine hapa anaitwa Konyi. Anasema access to credit is just one of the many challenges facing the youth. Do you have plans to address other critical issues?
We have plans to address most all the issues of the youth, and that's why I was mentioned. The youth issues are many, from unemployment, from youth streets, from issues of lack of opportunities to get internships. So there are so many issues, and that's why I was very keen on the National Youth Policy, because we've identified all the issues that are affecting the youth, and also provided a framework on how to address them.
Stand by. Hot 96, you're on the air. Good morning.
Good morning, Jeff.
Yeah, who's this?
This is Kasim, yeah?
Kasim from where?
Kasim from Kileleshwa.
Okay, you have a question for Roy?
I have a question for Roy, yeah?
Go ahead.
And, okay, now that you have said that the requirements for you to access the youth fund, yeah? For this case, this is a person who is just 18 years. Where will he get the business license, the business permit? For the PIN, he can be having the PIN, but what about the other accesses to business?
Good question there, Kasim. Roy, the other requirements. The youth, the 18-year-old may have an ID and a PIN, but then how does he get all these other business licenses and all these other requirements?
What we are doing, Jeff, is to come up with a way to steer business to make it very real in time. There is the use of technology. When you just go to the internet, Jeff, now, within 2 minutes, we'll have gotten the business permit. It's a matter of kuingia tu na kuweka.
Na kulipa interest business permit obviously.
But you see, Hamo, as we empower youth and give them the opportunity, we also need to look at how are we, what are the requirements and how do we sustain the fund that we're getting.
All right, we have time for one more question. Hot 96, you are on the air. Good morning.
Jeff, hi, how are you?
Yeah, good. Who's this?
This is James from Nairobi.
James from Nairobi. You have a question for Roy?
No, I have a question and also seek more guidance, because I heard him saying that APCO is one of the requirements to obtain some of this funding.
Yes, APCO.
Now, I thought APCO is only for procurement. Does it mean that the youth only venture into business to procure from government?
Good question.
And also another thing, programs that are partnered with with some international organization, but youth are not aware about. Does it mean that this council is only for a particular certain group? Seems people are aware about.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So number one,
Jeff,
all right. Thank you, James.
Jeff, number one, I will want to tell him that different requirements for different the facility you're applying for, be it the Talanta loan or the business loan or individual loans. So each have unique, and the ADPOC will just be one of it for those youths in business and LPO financing. Another thing is when you talked of international programs, one of the major programs we are running right now is the KYO, Kenya Youth Employment Opportunities Program, with the World Bank. And it's just to provide an avenue to give youths hands-on skills to make sure that they are empowered to run businesses.
Okay. Yes. You have exactly 30 seconds, Roy. Give us the last word, please.
What I want to communicate to all youths who are my constituents in the country is that we are giving, there are so many opportunities in the Big Four agenda. And that's why all youths and the CEO of the National Youth Council, we are rallying behind the President's Big Four agenda. Because the Big Four agenda will give us opportunities in terms of creation of employment.
Wacha siasa.
Ndio hiyo Jeff.
Wacha siasa.
Ndio hiyo Jeff.
Okay.
Big Four agenda.
Once again,
The opportunities.
give us your social media handles.
My social media handles is NYC at Youth Voice.
Na ile underscore ilienda wapi?
Ile underscore NYC underscore Youth Voice.
Are you sure you're the CEO? Mama Kazi Mpia. Wayne Bryan will end with his tweet. He says, "We have had youth leaders in the past who haven't done anything. Tell Roy that the youth are watching. Actually, he must perform. Otherwise, we cannot suffer anymore." Umesikia?
Nimesikia.
Umesikia?
Na utaki yangu Jeff underscore yangu?
Kwenda kunywe maji. That's Roy Sasaka, CEO National Youth Council, talking to us about youth affairs. This is what we call
Candid interviews with
What
decision
decision-making.
makers. Nange and Professor Hemo every day, Monday to Friday from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. only on Hot 96.